Not every story is ready. Not every story is yours to tell. Not every room has earned the weight of what you carry. There's a threshold. Ethical storytelling begins there. There's a moment before every story. It's subtle. It doesn't announce itself. But it's there. It's the space between impulse and articulation. That space is the threshold. As practitioners, we talk a lot about truth. We talk about vulnerability. We talk about honesty. But we don't talk enough about readiness. And readiness is not the same thing as truth. A story can be true and still not ready. Readiness isn't about being fully healed. It's about integration. If telling the story still dysregulates your body, if you need the audience to stabilize you while you're telling it, if you are sharing in order to relieve pressure instead of offer insight, the story may still be processing you, not the other way around. When a story earns readiness, you can tell without recruiting the listener to carry it. That's the difference. And that distinction is not poetic. It's ethical. We're conditioned to believe that withholding is dishonesty. But refusal is often maturity. When you say, I'm not ready to speak about that. That story isn't mine to share. That part is still forming. You're not avoiding truth. You're protecting the room. Refusal is not silence. Refusal is boundary. Refusal is timing. Refusal is stewardship. Especially for those of us who create publicly. Parents, podcasters, writers, therapists, leaders. We don't just tell stories. We shape whole rooms. And a story told prematurely can distort that room. Let's make this simple. Imagine with me for a moment that you're a parent. Your child has a meltdown. It's raw, it's hard, it exposes something vulnerable. You feel the urge to share it. Perhaps to normalize, maybe to teach, maybe even to connect. But here's the threshold question. Does this story belong to you? Or does it belong to them? And if it belongs to both of you, has the other person consented? Even if you're too young to articulate it. Ethical storytelling isn't just about your catharsis. It's about long-term dignity. The same applies to grief. The same applies to marriage. The same applies to trauma. Just because a story is powerful doesn't mean it's ready. There's another layer here. Performing clarity. We've learned to package experience into digestible insight quickly. To take pain and turn it into lesson. To take confusion and turn it into threadworthy wisdom. But when you stop performing clarity, something changes. You allow the story to remain unfinished. You allow yourself to say, I don't know yet. I'm still inside this. This doesn't have a moral. And that is uncomfortable. Because unfinished stories don't convert well. They don't teach cleanly. They don't inspire efficiently. But they're honest. When you stop performing clarity, your nervous system relaxes. You stop racing toward resolution. you let the story ripen. And that's steadiness. If you want something practical to hold on to, here are 3 questions I use before telling a story. Number 1, has this story integrated in me? Or is it still actively shaping my nervous system? Number 2, does this story require someone else's consent? And if so, have I honored that? And number 3, am I sharing to serve the room or to relieve my own urgency? If the urgency is high, the threshold is probably still closed. This isn't about perfection. It's about steadiness. Ethical storytelling isn't about silence. It's about timing. It's about knowing that a story told too early can fracture trust. And knowing that a story told at the right time can create belonging. The threshold protects both. Consent is not a checkbox. It's a temperature. You can feel when a story is warm enough to share, and you can feel when it still needs winter. You don't have to explain your silence. You don't have to rush your clarity. Allow the story to earn its readiness. Not every story needs to be told. Not every story needs to be told now. Stay steady at that threshold.